Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm doing a video on this Urban Decay collection that I received. I'm like a little late to the train, I know. In the summers I'm just slower than normal because my kids are home, I'm spending time with them. So most people who follow me know that I kind of go down to less videos in the summer. But I wanted to film this Born to Run collection. They did send this to me. Like I said, it's the palette, 3 lipsticks, 3 liners, and then a setting spray. So I have not played with or swatched any of this, so I thought we could just do like a full face. Not really first impressions, but maybe I guess first impressions on the collection. So this palette features 21 eyeshadow shades. It retails for $49, which I think is a really great price. On the back of the packaging, it kind of gives you all of the shades. What I like about this is it's pops of jewel tones as well as neutrals. There's a mix of shimmer and mattes within the palette. So I really like the color story of this. I think that this is a great type of a palette because like if you're on the go, grab this palette, Born to Run, travel around, you can have all you kind of need in the palette. It also has a huge mirror, so the front of the palette is made up of just a bunch of pictures. Like it looks like someone's travel Instagram, so it's just like a bunch of beautiful pictures. Yeah, so let's just go ahead and open the palette. And so it's like a hard plastic, and then the pictures are kind of, you know, on the plastic, but not like, I don't know, it doesn't feel like, I guess it is one giant sticker, but it doesn't even feel like a sticker. That it feels like it would hold up over time. So you open it up and then there's this huge mirror, and then this is what the palette looks like. So this lid also, I just want to show you how flexible it folds back nicely. And then this is like a nice hard plastic. It's not cardboard. So then here is the palette. As you can see, it's just a bunch of really pretty colors. And like I said, there's these jewel tone colors, and then there's also a mix of neutrals. So it just really looks very user friendly. So I'm excited. We're just going to go ahead and play with this. I'm going to just do a little eye look with it. Okay, first I'm going to start out with this shade Weekender, and I'm going to kind of just run that through the crease to kind of sort of lay down and set that eyeshadow primer. It doesn't look like this shade has like a ton of pigment, but enough to just give a little bit of definition. Gonna kind of dust that all over the lid as well. All right, I'm gonna take this shade, I guess Riff right here. It's almost like an orangey, I would say sort of like an orangey matte brown shade, a really nice transition color. I'm just going to put that all through the crease. I'm trying to decide like what I want to do with this palette. Like, do I want to do just like a bronzy look? Do I want to do a green look? A more purpley? I think I kind of want to do like these shades right here, purpley, and then like some gold. It's just like typical what I would do. But you know what? I think the best way to sometimes try a palette is to do what you would do. And then you can tell if that's like a look you would do again. Whoops, I've accidentally just stuck my brush in this Baja shade, so I'm going to roll with it. I'm just still using the same brush. This is a Pure Cosmetics blending crease brush. But any type of like crease brush that you use is great for this step. I kind of just start with one and then build whatever colors. If it's like colors for the transition, when I'm building the transition color, I just kind of keep using the same brush. So I like that. I like how these build so far, giving a nice like little definition to the crease. I'm usually a pretty huge fan of Urban Decay eyeshadows. Okay, I like that. So just kind of got a little frame in there. All right, now I'm going to take this color called Wild Heart, which is like a shimmery, more maroon color, and I am going to put this in the crease. And I know that sounds weird, but I've been liking using like shimmery colors, shimmery deeper colors in the crease. I actually kind of like how it turns out. We're going to layer it with a little bit of a deeper color as well, but I'm just going to go for this. I'm going to try it. So I've been watching the show Love Island, and it's on Hulu, but it is basically like, if you like Bachelor in Paradise and you like Big Brother, then you will love this show. The only catch is it's in the UK, so everyone has like a British accent. Like, I need to use subtitles because I swear I'm like terrible with that kind of thing. Like, I can hardly understand anything until like I get the hang of sort of like the lingo. So that's my best advice to you, is if you have trouble with the lingo, turn the subtitles on. It helps tremendously. This show is so good. There's drama, there's like, you know, love. I think there's more attractive people on this than there are on the shows here. Like, I think it's more attractive people than there are on like The Bachelor in Paradise. I like the setup of it a little bit better, and like the way that they kind of go about things, like the format of this show way better. I'm addicted, and here's the best part. So it's on Hulu, and there's 4 seasons. So the current season right now is still happening, so people are still like getting voted off, and like it's currently happening, but I think it airs all the time, like kind of how Big Brother does here. So you're getting new episodes all the time, but like it's an investment to watch, because each episode's like an hour basically, or 40 something minutes. And then also there's 50 episodes, like season 3 has 50 episodes. So you're kind of like strapped to it. Like, you really want to know what keeps happening and who's going to switch on with who and who's going to pair up, and I don't know. And so my friend Dana was telling me about it, and then also my friend Stephanie from Babs Beauty, she had told me about it a while ago, because they were both watching this last summer, and I took a long time to get on board because I'm not like a giant fan of shows with like accents and stuff, because I have trouble understanding them. So I'm just like, yeah, whatever. If it has an accent, I'm like, nope, I'm out. But they were like, Laura, you have to watch this. So I finally started watching it, and you guys, I'm so addicted. I stay up till like 3 a.m. and just like watching the show. So yeah, I'm kind of run down because I've been watching it so much. All right, I'm going to go in with the shade Breakaway, which is right above that, which is more matte. I like the way that this was like almost softer. You can't really tell that there was like a sheen to it. It just kind of was like the nice satin blown out. So let's go in with Breakaway. No, Hell Ride. So we used Wild Heart, and we're going in with Hell Ride. And I'm just going to kind of layer that on top. It's a little bit deeper. I'm noticing just like a touch of fallout, but honestly not too much. Like, I don't know how people do their foundation first. I really don't. I used to, and it would account for like my eyeshadow and like all my looks looking kind of messy. Or like even just, you know, under my eyes and stuff, because there would be fallout, and then I'd have to end up redoing it, and then I get really pissed if there were fallout. If you just do everything first, like on your eyes, and then you go in, I just feel like it looks cleaner, crisper, and you're less angry if there is fallout. It's like not that big of a deal, you know? But this palette honestly doesn't have too much fallout. Like, the shadows are pressed really nicely, and I feel like the color payoff is really nice. They're blending great. So far, so good. Alright, I kind of just wanted to do like a blown out like pinky, and then save this for gold. So now we have a couple of golden shades. We have this one right here, which is, this one's called Stranded. This looks like a real true golden. And then we have Blaze, which is more of a champagne. And then we have this one, which is Ignite, which looks like a coppery color. I might actually go with this copper and then do a little bit of that Stranded. So I'm wondering if I should just do this number right here. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to use my finger and put the Ignite shade on, which is the more coppery shade. And then we'll go in with a little bit of that Stranded like in the dead center. So yeah, if you guys are looking for like a really great show, that if you like Bachelor in Paradise and you are a fan of like sort of like Big Brother, kind of, where I feel like there's like participation from the audience, unless you live in the, unless you live outside the UK. Like, I think only the people in the UK like actually can like vote and stuff like that, but you can like vote for certain couples and like kind of have a little bit of a pulse on the game. And certain players that come into the game are like, you know, finding love is the goal, but certain people that come into the villa, they have been watching the show, so they can see what those people are saying to the cameras. They can see like the dynamics of the other relationships that maybe sometimes the Islanders can't see. So I think that's interesting as well, because then they kind of have an idea of like who they might be interested in. I don't know, it's just really cool. And then you can like vote for those people to go on dates if you like really think two people belong together. And yeah, it's interesting. I like it a lot. This is a really pretty, I like the way that applied, so I'm gonna just wet a brush and tap that golden shade on the very, very center. All right, I'm just gonna go right in right here in the very, very center. Right there. And then tap over it to sort of blend that in. Then I'm just going to sort of blend this out. I'm going to take a little bit of this punk shade right here and mix in a little bit of the Hell Ride and mix those two together and sort of just get a little bit more darkness right there and kind of blend that through. Okay, now we have the shade Breakaway, which seems like a satin sort of a shade. And I kind of just want to lightly dust this on the brow bone, but not get like too defined with it, since it is like a sort of a shimmery shade, but just to kind of clean up right here. So I'm going to curl my lashes, apply mascara, maybe some eyelashes, and I'm going to then come back with all my complexion products on, and we will finish up with the lip products in this collection. And then also I will show you a few more swatches of some of the deeper, more jewel tone colors that I didn't get to in this eyeshadow palette. We'll finish up with the eyes and we'll finish up the look, and I'll let you know kind of my overall thoughts on the palette. Okay, so I went ahead and finished up my complexion products, and I did put a little bit of highlighter on my inner corner. There wasn't a color inside here that I thought was bright enough, so I used this Collab Beauty. You can find this at Sally Beauty Supply. This is the Glow for the Gold highlighter. I'm going to try and use a little bit of this Blaze shade and top it over that and kind of bring it in a little bit more on the inner corner and see if that works. And I'm just going to sort of tap that. It's a little bit more gold than I would want. That's why I went in with the lighter highlight shade. Alright, for the waterline, there are 3 different shades in this collection. There is this shade in Overdrive, which is this really pretty emerald green shade, which I love. And since I already have like reds kind of on the eyes, I don't really want to use a green to be too Christmassy. Lucky, which is one of my favorite. So glad they brought this back. I didn't think that they had this anymore, but it's like this copper with sparkles in it, and then a bronze shade in Double Life, which is really pretty. So I'm kind of in between if I should use Double Life or Lucky. I think I'm going to go ahead and use Lucky in the waterline, and then we will use the same colors that we used on our eye to smoke out the lash line. Alright, I love these liners. They stay on. This is the perfect color because it gives you definition, but it's also not too dark. I love that color so much. I'm just going to drag it down also. Alright, I'm going to take the shade Riff, which is this neutral, almost like peaty brown shade, and I'm just going to kind of go right under that. And then I'm going to take the shade Wild Heart that we used, that shimmery type of burgundy shade, and I'm just going to put that right on the outer part. I'm going to hit my bottom lashes with a little bit of this MAC mascara. This is the Giga Black Lash, Extended Play Giga Black Lash. I love this stuff. It's a perfect lower lash mascara. It gets all those little tiny ones. Okay, for lips, there are 3 different options in this collection. There is a Comfort Matte in 66. Beautiful. This packaging, same as the palette with like pictures. This color is super pretty. I think I might go for something like that. So let's just see. And then we have this shade right here, which is Ready ? It's like a metallicized. That's really beautiful. It's like this shimmery sort of pink metallicized. And then we have this purple shade, which is called Marfa, and this is a comfort matte. It's like a deep purple, and that is what that one looks like. I'm gonna go with this one. This is in 66. I think that that's like right up my alley. So I'm just gonna go ahead and go straight in. Alright, that is the finished look. I love the way that this turned out. I love this eyeshadow palette. I really think I'm going to get a ton of use out of it. I wanted to, again, just swatch some of the colors that I didn't get a chance to swatch. This color in Smog, I believe this is in the Naked palette. So I'm just going to get a few swatches here. We're going to do Smog, Wonderlust, which is this really pretty green shade. Let's do Big Sky. I would love to do a look with those shades. Double Life, which is another pretty like deeper sort of orangey bronze shade. Accelerate, which is another sort of like satin, I would say. These all swatch super beautifully. I mean, I'm really impressed so far. Well, let me just see if there's some other ones. We have Drift, which is like this charcoal-y color. And let's do Guilt Trip, because that's another like purple shade right here. So a ton. We got, let's do Radio too. That shade right there. Again, these colors are just swatching beautifully. So super impressed with the way they applied. I really like the layout of this palette. I like all the colors they decided to include. I feel like it's something different from Urban Decay, because you're getting a lot of like the Naked palettes, and then you get those super shimmery ones, and I feel like this is a great combination of a lot of different colors, very wearable shades, not too bright or too bold, but just those little pops of jewel tones. I think this is like kind of something for everyone. I love the three colors. This is obviously my favorite. Probably the one that I'm going to wear the most, get the most action from. And then the liners that come with this, it gives you that really pretty sort of emeraldy shade that you could do a pop on the waterline and play with some of the other more jewel tone shades within this eyeshadow palette. And then also the bronzy eyeliners, which I love the way that they apply, because it's a step different than a traditional like black or brown. It just gives something extra to the waterline, which I prefer more. I typically wear a nude in my waterline because I have smaller eyes, so I don't like to close them off with a black. But if you're someone who wears a black but maybe wants something just a little bit different, I do think that Lucky is such a beautiful shade. So hopefully you guys enjoyed seeing this video and seeing the final look. Let me know if you guys have any questions down below. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to click the bell so that you're notified of my videos. And go watch Love Island on Hulu and thank me later. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Mwah.